Hello friends, welcome to my channel Living Life. I'm Deb and today I am going to share a recipe for fire cider. I don't know how many of you have seen the new videos that they have out today. Everybody is making fire cider. I had never heard of it before, but we are in full-fledged flu and cold season right now, and I was actually on trying to find things that kind of help boost your immunity a little bit. And I mean, I do take a daily regimen of vitamins and extra vitamin C in the winter, but I have been wanting to just find something that would give us kind of an extra boost. And I ran across several videos for fire cider. I'm looking at my apple cider vinegar, so I keep wanting to say apple cider. It is fire cider. It kind of sounds, when you first hear about it, it kind of sounds like, ooh. It has got some ingredients that you would not think would really taste good together. I've never had it, but they say that just taking a tablespoon a day when it is done will just help fight off colds, flus, things like that. So I am willing to give it a try, and I thought I would show you guys the recipe and see if you might be interested in making it. So we're going to get started. First, I'm going to go through and show you all of the ingredients. I know the recipes can fluctuate as far as some of the herbs that you put in them. Maybe some of the citrus fruits, the hot peppers, but we're going to go through right now and I'm going to show you what I'm going to put in my fire cider. So let's start with our garlic. I have wrote down some of the benefits of the different stuff, the ingredients that are going to go in the fire cider. So the garlic is what really helps lower your blood pressure. It's a natural anti-inflammatory, and it does help fight infection. I have got our onion. I'm just using a regular sweet yellow onion today. You could put red onion in it. As long as it's an onion, I don't think it really matters the variety of the onion. Onions, believe it or not, are high in vitamin C. They will boost your immunity, and they actually are really good to help support heart health. Then we have our lemon and we have our orange. Obviously, they are both high in vitamin C. And the citrus fruits are really good in supporting digestion, and they are natural antioxidants. So we're going to put orange and lemon in our fire cider today. We have our ginger root. Our ginger root is a natural anti-inflammatory, and it also helps with digestion. Then we have our horseradish root. Our horseradish root is an anti-inflammatory, and it also helps aid in digestion. Then we have our hot peppers. You can use whatever variety hot pepper that you want in the fire cider. I chose, which is one of the most popular, are jalapeños. So I am going to cut up 2 jalapeños and put that in our fire cider. Jalapeños and hot peppers in general are really good for your sinuses, and they are also natural anti-inflammatories. Then I have our turmeric root. You can use the ground turmeric, but you really get more of an added benefit by using the turmeric root. And then on my list here, I didn't really know a lot about turmeric. Turmeric supports a real healthy immune system, and it is also an anti-inflammatory. Then I have my rosemary and I have my thyme. Rosemary and thyme are both really good for helping with allergy relief and just an anti-inflammatory. Both are really good with that. Again, you could probably use the dry variety, but I chose just to get a couple of fresh sprigs of both. Then your most important ingredient is your apple cider, and you want to get the raw, unfiltered apple cider. And you'll notice that it on the bottle it'll say with the mother, and that is the raw, unfiltered, natural apple cider. So that is the really important ingredient. And what we're going to do is we are going to chop, some of the recipes said that you could, shred the ingredients, and a lot of recipes just said to cut the ingredients up. The most important thing is that the apple cider vinegar penetrates, gets inside, and just brings all of that natural anti-inflammatory and all of the natural home remedy as far as for our anti-inflammatory properties and everything, helps draw it out of all of your ingredients. So that is what the most important thing about our recipe is going to be, your apple cider vinegar. So I happen to have this jar that has the little locking mechanism on it. You could use just a large mason jar, any jar that you're going to have the locking lid on, because our apple or our fire cider is actually going to sit for about 4 weeks before we even use it. So, but we'll go more through that after I get all of our ingredients chopped up, and then we'll go over what we're going to do next with it. Right, so first I am going to start with our onion. And like I said, you can use any variety of onion that you want. Some of the recipes called for the red onion, and then others just said yellow onion, sweet onion. I always have onion on hand, so I just chose my sweet onion. I'll peel off of here. I'm just gonna get the peel out of here. Cut this up. Okay, and we're just gonna set that aside. All right, then we're going to chop our jalapeno peppers. And I am putting seeds and everything right in. Okay, then I'm going to chop up my horseradish root. Ooh. Cut the ends off. You know, I've already rinsed this once, but let me just rinse the root off real quick. I am not going to peel. I'm just going to chop horseradish. This is some of my horseradish that I picked a couple weeks ago out of my own batch that I had. I haven't really looked in the stores for the horseradish root, so I'm not sure how easily you might be able to find that ingredient. Okay, then we're gonna chop up our turmeric. Now, turmeric is, it'll stain your hands, and it'll stain anything that it touches. So we're just going to carefully chop this up. And again, I'm just chopping in small pieces just so that it fits in my jar here. All right, and then we've got our ginger. Oh, I love the smell of ginger. I'm just gonna get this chopped up. Oh gosh, that smells so good. I guess I should have used my larger cutting board, running out of room here. All right, now let's go in with our garlic. And I am actually going to use the whole garlic clove here. Do this carefully so I don't chop my fingers off here. Guess I should have had this peeled beforehand. And all I'm going to do with this is just kind of get that outer skin off, because in the end, after about 4 weeks of sitting, we are going to filter out all of these ingredients, and then we're going to be left with just our liquid. But I still don't want any of skins in there. Here we go. Oh, I do love the smell of garlic. Just the ends off here. Put this up here. Oops. Ah, I am going to lose all of this, aren't I? My cutting board just isn't big enough. There we go. Couple more. And all I'm going to do with this garlic is just take the cloves and just roughly chop them. They don't have to be any small little pieces or minced. They're just cut. Okay, I've got one more clove here. There we go. All right. Okay, now we are going to move on to our citrus fruits. So we're just going to cut our lemon. All right. Then we've got our orange. All right, there we go. All right, now we are going to start constructing our cider here. So there is no right or wrong way of filling up your jar. As long as we're getting all of our ingredients in the jar, fill to the top to where all of our ingredients are covered by our apple cider vinegar. So I am going to start with our onion. Right, then we're going to go in with our jalapeños. Okay. And then we're going to go in with our horseradish. Okay, and then we're going to go in with our ginger root and our turmeric. Oh, lost one piece there. I guess I better find it before Zella finds it. She probably spit it out. Okay, now we're going to go in with our garlic, and actually I am going to just kind of roughly cut up this garlic a little bit before I put it in. A couple of quick little chops here. There we go. Okay, let's put our garlic. We're going to really cram that down. All right, now we're going to go in with our lemon and our orange. Okay, and before I run out of room, I am going to put down in our rosemary and our thyme. All right, got a couple more pieces of our orange here. Just gonna cram all of that right in there. I know I can make it fit. A couple more. I did it. Get all of our stuff here. Let me get this picked up and put out of the way. So now for our next step, I'm going to add our apple cider vinegar. Let me give it a quick shake. Okay, and I am just going to fill till all of our ingredients are completely covered. Okay, now let me get something to push this down a little more. All right, so we have, oh, it actually smells really good. All right. All of our ingredients are completely covered. Now I am going to seal the jar and voila, there you have it. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put this in my pantry and we are going to let this sit for 4 weeks before we try it. I actually got a little bit of a late start. Excuse me. Let me grab a Kleenex here. Oh, those hot peppers are getting to me already. We are actually going to let this set for about 4 weeks before we are going to strain. We are going to strain all of our ingredients out of the jar, and it is going to leave us with a liquid. And then what we're going to do, now this is an ingredient that you can leave out if you choose to. I'm going to actually, when my fire cider is done, I'm actually going to go ahead and add this to it. But you can add a couple tablespoons of raw honey, and I guess that just sweetens up our cider. And then you take a tablespoon a day as a preventative. And if you kind of feel like you're coming down with a cold, or if you feel like you're coming down with a bug, you are going to want to double that and take 2 tablespoons a day. And it is it's supposed to help boost your immunity. Like I said, I've never tried this before. So what I'm going to do in 4 weeks, when I open up my jar and I strain all the ingredients and are left with my cider, I am going to come back, make a video, and I'm going to tell you how it turned out. What you want to do, maybe, I don't know, at least every other day, is you're going to want to shake your jar a little bit and then just set it back and let it do its thing. So we're going to try it. But in the comments, if you have tried a version of the fire cider, if you could leave it in the comments below, let me know what you think. And if you haven't ever tried it, I hope that you will try the recipe along with me, and then let me know in a couple weeks what you think. So, well guys, if you've liked the video for the fire cider that I've shared with you today, if you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe share the recipe. And like I always say, folks, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching my videos. And yeah, so have an awesome awesome rest of your day.